Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Okay. Here, let me take care of this now. I should have did this before the show. Help with the latency issues that we're gonna have. Give me a second, y'all. All right. And there we go. All right, perfect. Okay. So, as y'all know, sometimes around this time, I do like that whole 5 minute intro. I'm working on a regular intro, but for right now, I'm probably just gonna get rid of the whole 5 minute wind in and do something else, do something different. And that is just go over a couple of random YouTube shorts and skits that made me have something to say. It made me want to say something. All right, so without further ado, this one right here. Take a look at this chick. Take a look at her tattoos and stuff like that. And yeah, she's a decent enough looking woman. Don't get me wrong. Collarbone and everything. Yeah. I don't even know if she got some wobblies. I don't even know what her wobblies is like because it's not full camera. But them tattoos, like we'll get into that in a second. But let's hear what she has to say. Fair use. Fair use.
Say this one time and one time only. I know I have tattoos. I know that I might look a certain type of way, and I know that you might perceive me as all these other women. And it's hard to tell which women is wifey, which women want certain things. I can tell you right now that I'm looking for something that probably doesn't exist anymore, and that's love and loyalty. If you're coming on this side and you think I'm a playground and this is fucking a happy meal section and you're just gonna fuck around and leave, you might as well not even deal with somebody like me. I'm not here for a good time. I'm here for a good time and a long time, baby. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a ride or die. I want to be with someone I could do their laundry forever. I want to be with somebody I can take care of their heart, their soul. And I want somebody who doesn't give up and goes, I can find someone better. Because if you can, you might as well go out somewhere else. Because when I'm with you, you are better. You are what I'm looking for. I don't date to just, oh, let's see how this goes. I'm dating to marry. The next person I get with is forever. You're not leaving me because I'll find you. So if this is not something you want, please don't even start this ride up, baby, because you ain't ready. So I'm going to say this one time.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot there. But I want to start off by saying, listen, I don't necessarily have something against a woman with tattoos. However, this is your first impression. This is your first impression. This is how you present yourself to me. And more important than your looks, this just tells a person that this is the decision that they have chosen to make. They have chosen to be seen in this way. They chose to sit in a chair with somebody's hand on their tits for a long time, by the look of the tattoo, to put what that is in significance. They also decided to do that on their face, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that is a thing. Once again, it's not a deal breaker if she is okay in each and every single other way, which she probably is. But I will say that my impression with her, just given her age and everything, is that she's not really. By the way, I don't have any tattoos, so I probably wouldn't be culturally compatible with her. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things, but she probably wasn't serious about it her whole life. Like, yeah, she's serious and looking for a relationship now, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She's looking to do laundry, be ride or die. And why do they keep talking about death? And anyway, but that's well and good. And she probably would make somebody a decent wife, mother, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera now. But she is not as practiced as somebody who's been down that path their entire life. Take Danica Marie, for example. Yeah, she has the big chest tattoo, and I think she dresses in a way that people don't see it. But if you watch some of her older videos, she has it. And however, she's been at this whole wifey thing since she was like 20 years old. She's in her early 30s now. So she's put in the time. Your appearance, in her case, her appearance would make a guy require that she puts in more time, possibly more time than she has. But given the market and how favorable it is, and how people are just looking for a woman with any type of traditional mindset and pick meism and to have their laundry done and their penis sucked, then it really, she's going to find somebody in this particular market. So kudos to her. That's what I have to say about that. All right, let me bring up the next one. And keep in mind, very few of these are related to each other. These are just shorts that I've seen and wanted to share with y'all before I get into the main topic. The main topic of the day. All right, let's see. Is it this one? All right, hit that like button when y'all come in. I greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. Hit that like button and comment in the comment section what is on your mind about this chick with the tattoos and the accent. I mean, accents, some accents are sexy. I'm gonna be honest, most accents here in the state, I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling. Um, I'm talking about from the females. New York, New Jersey, not feeling your accent. Tallahassee, not feeling your accent. Georgia, Alabama, not feeling your accent. Whatever it was that Whitley Gilbert was on A Different World, I was feeling that. I was feeling that for a little bit, but I don't even think that that was. I think that that was just like a fake whatever accent. So, that's here nor there. So, but foreign accents, yes, sometimes I do feel. Sometimes, African accents, West African accents, eh, and some Asian accents sound like chopped vegetables, but it's spotty. I'll say that it's spotty. It's hit or miss. Hit the like button. All right, so found the next one, and let me just do that short. We will go over that. All right. So this is Melly Monaco. Those of you who follow me for a long time know how I feel about her, and her eyelids and her accent. And for those of you who don't know, I want to have sex with her accent. Definitely. So, yeah, that's that. Let's take a listen.
I am not looking for a hookup. I've never been looking for one. I've never been on that type of time. Maybe some of the sexy stuff that I post on my social media, I get you thinking, yo, she's just going to be a good fuck, which is fine. You can have that perception of me. I accept it. I am not mad about it, but I'm making it clear for you. I am not looking for that. I'm not. I want a relationship with a man who has integrity, who have a sense of humor when we can goof around the whole day, who is ambitious, who is supportive and nice, fucking nice. Yes, you can hit me with, oh well, this type of men don't want you. That's fine. That's your opinion. But if you don't have those, please stay away. Men
No.
approach and they want to convince me that I want something else. No, I do not want something else. I want exactly what I said. I'm always looking at them like, hey, yo, what the audacity? You want to tell me I want something else? Well, sir, fuck out of here. I am not looking.
Okay. I believe that she wants exactly what she says she wants. Maybe a little bit more. She didn't mention looks or anything. I'm pretty sure she has some physical requirements. She's not going to, if George Costanza has those qualities, I don't think she'll be messing with him anytime soon, or Screech from Saved by the Bell. So, let's be realistic. She does have some looks requirements in addition to that, and there's probably a financial requirement as well. She's not out knocking up homeless, but all of that is neither here nor there. What what stood out to me with this is that she says she don't want to hook up. She wants a relationship. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. Hit the like button. Again, those two things are not mutually exclusive, meaning that you don't really need a man. When I look at her, and y'all know how I feel. Oh, yeah, her eyelids. I want to have sex with her accent, etc., etc., etc. Anything else is a bonus. But see, here's the thing. I know for a fact that I want a hookup with her and her accent. I do. I know that. I don't yet know if I want the relationship. I do know that I meet the qualifications that she stated, and I may or may not meet the qualifications that she didn't state. That's here nor there. But I do know that I would be able to sustain a conversation with her for a long period of time. I don't know if it will go anywhere. But my point is this: I don't like women who excludes hookups when they're talking about relationships. When they say stuff like, I'm not looking for a hookup, I'm looking for a relationship. But men, and most of you are men here, we're looking for hookups that could possibly lead to a relationship. So what a lot of women do in situations like this is when they get to a mind state like this is they don't hook up with the guys that they want relationships with. And that comes from the overall fear of pump and dump. Listen, there is a strong possibility that you will get pumped and dumped. I don't want to tell women to accept that as a reality, but don't go around not letting a person who could be your Mr. Right hit it, because then that's a greater loss. That is the loss of, okay, this guy, he's perfect, but I don't want to let him think I'm just here for hookups. So I am going to not hook up, and then nothing happens. Nothing comes from the relationship. Let me know in the chat room what y'all think of that. And I'm going to get to the super chat. All right, so I got two more, and then I'm going to go into the main topic. See, I got to find something to do for 5 minutes to, give people time to come to the show. And this, of course, takes more than 5 minutes. So maybe I'll just do one of them next time. All right. Actually, I'm going to save that one for last. Once again, these are not related. These are just interesting things that come up on my short feed. Now, give me a second. See if this is the right one. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. Now, for whatever reason, I see a lot of shorts coming from this particular family. And I click on it because I find it interesting. And because I click on it, more stuff comes from it. And it's okay. I don't have anything against it. I watch it. I think it's cool. So, and I'll give you a little background on this, right? Okay, so this kid here, this little black kid here, is adopted. He's adopted. They by a white couple. Apparently, they had um, fertility issues on one side or the other. White couple adopted him, and but the biological mother, is still in their lives, in his life, and that was part of the adoption agreement. And they showed her on camera, and she's doing fine. I think through surrogacy or in vitro or something like that, the mother is now pregnant. But they have this. So it's a white couple with a black kid, and they do these shorts, and the shorts are funny. So take a look at this one.
There's some guy out there who wants to fight me, and he has a little 3-year-old boy, and the little boy wants to fight you. You ready? Get your shoes off.
Look at my weapons.
Okay. Boys, let's go. Let's go mess them up. Where'd they go? Like they say, keep your shoes close, keep your nunchucks closer. Go put the stuff right here in case they come back. Thanks for getting my back. I love you. You're so tough.
And he ends with throwing up some type of gang sign. But yeah, that happened. I found it interesting. I've seen some videos like that. But they did it with older boys, and some of them were. This one showed heart, but some of them were nervous but willing. You know, I seen one where a 9-year-old boy was like, yeah, Dad, I'll do it. And then a lot of the kids will ask, how big is the other kid, and things like that. So, but this one, he just went straight to the nunchucks. He just went, where's my shoes? Where's my nunchucks? We about to handle this, Dad. We about to handle this. So, you know, that was funny. They need to do something with his hair, but you know, that's they're figuring it out. So, nevertheless, cool video. All right, so tell me what y'all thinking there. All right, and then we got one more. Ah, dang, I forgot I might not even be able to play this because of copyright. Yeah, so I'll play it silently so y'all can see. But basically, the song that they are dancing to is Smooth Criminal. So Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, That's Smooth Criminal. So yeah. Let me play this, and I'm doing this one in particular because I am on record talking crap. Y'all have me on record talking crap about African media. Their music is crap. Or not their music, but well, maybe their music is crap too. Their movies are crap. Nollywood have pieces of crap movies. If I ever seen it, it's always too Christian or too feminist. And most of their YouTube shorts is crap. But I want to be objective, and I will say I did like this one. So when I hit the play button, I want y'all to picture Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal in your brain, and I'm gonna play this. All right, so here we go. Fair use. In fact, y'all can play it yourself. Wow, without that music, it just looks like he got crabs or some shit. All right, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, I don't know why I found this so interesting, but I will say I found it very interesting. How's that color? Okay, anyway, I will say I found it very interesting. And then they had the other little kids come in. Smooth Criminal. Yeah. So this is why do y'all okay, somebody say minstrels. Let me say this. Don't look for the worst in everything. These are just some kids having fun doing stuff. There's a million, white girl videos where they dancing to whoever the new pop sensation is. Let's not go there. It's not that serious. But no, everything about this, the little boy hitting the makeshift drums and stuff like that. And you want to know why I like it? You want to know why I like it? I like it because it reminds me of the 80s when I was these kids' age. Maybe a little younger. But it reminds me of that time period where that's what you did. You were outside, and bigger kids and adults would see you. We didn't have the internet, of course, but they would see you do certain things. They used to watch my dance routine that I did to Mr. Telephone Man way back in the day. So it reminds me of that. And, it's cool to see that they still on that with the internet aspect of it. And they got together at their school. You can tell because they got the uniform on, and they did they whole thing to 80s music. So I just thought that was cool. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Tell me what y'all think, and I'll put the link to it so y'all can hear it with the music in the chat room. So let me stop right there. Now, somebody said I was colorist. I seen that in the chat room. I don't know who, but it looks like a female. African. Who said that they wasn't? Yeah. Okay. So somebody says, as a Black woman, I love African children. You don't have to be a Black woman to love African children. I love all children. African children are beautiful. God bless them all. Yeah, God bless all the children. God should bless them. But when I go to the grocery store and they say, do you want to donate to such and such children? No, I don't. No, I don't. Donate to my own damn kids. All right. So anyway, but yeah, somebody said colorist. Here we go. You're the biggest colorist on earth. No. My last long-term relationship was with a Blacker woman from the continent. So that's madness. It's not a matter of color. It's a matter of, and if you're talking about the songs that I do, about light-skinned women, listen, that's because of women like you. You are not going to shame me into nothing. You don't dictate what my dictates, okay? If I want a indigo Black woman because I find it that they glisten better when they sweat, and or like when a little bit of water hit them, then that is my preference. And if I want a mulatto woman because I like the way her hair frizzes when she get out the shower and you get it wet, that is my prerogative. And if I like Melly Monaco because I want to eat pudding out of her hair, that is my prerogative. Or if I like her accent, that is my prerogative. Or whatever I like. See, y'all don't get to determine it. You're not going to shame me into liking a certain thing. It don't work that way. Now, speaking of that, on to the topic at hand. So, and I'm going to cover the Dr. Umar thing. But Dr. Umar did a response video Daily Wrap Up Crew did a response to open panel to allow anybody who had concerns about the Dr. Umar video to come up and talk. And some people did. One of them that stood out to me was Courtney Michelle. And this is why. And this goes into the whole trying to dictate what my dictates, because that's really what this is all about. They are trying to, no, that's not going to happen. And I'll get into the minutia of it and why I named the video what I did. But here. All right, fair use.
Appreciate you. Take care.
Oh, was I echoing this whole time? Damn it.
Them 30 kids.
Yeah.
I'll drop the link in the chat, and then I'll hit y'all on the back channel too.
Gotcha.
Appreciate that. Y'all bees, man.
You too.
All right, so
that joint just zoomed in.
Yeah, it's always that, that spotlight that we be doing that. So, Courtney, what's up?
What's popping? How are you guys doing?
We doing good. This is our first time actually having a conversation.
Eli, I didn't know you knew me. Maybe.
Yeah, I've seen your work. Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm a fan.
Everybody's
I
seen your work,
appreciate
man.
it, though.
Stop trying to downplay yourself, man. Like, you know.
All right, so salute to Courtney Michelle because she's a woman who has an accent, a very unappealing accent in my opinion, because she's from Memphis, and I'm not saying the way she talks is unappealing. I'm saying just I don't like Memphis speak. I don't. It's too loud and country. So, but she don't talk like that. She I don't know what she does. She watches TV, she watches regular people, and she don't talk like that as much. Every now and again it'll slip and she say something like delete us. Like she'll say something like that, but generally speaking, she talk regular when she's talking regular.
Yeah. Cap. But anyway,
So, what's your thoughts, man? We need a woman's perspective, man.
That's why I brought my black ass up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, first, I don't. Let me just say this. You know, Dr. Umar the school stuff has had a lot of people questioning him, but what we cannot question is his intelligence, and he's brilliant. And you know.
Yes, you can. You could question his intelligence. You can. I don't know why somebody would think that his intelligence is beyond question. That's strange. So I only seen this once, and that was a few days ago. So, you know, everything's not fresh in my head, so you're getting kind of a semi-fresh reaction to this. But yes, you are capable of questioning his intelligence. And furthermore, Dr. Umar questions the intelligence of intelligent people. So, for example, I think where she's getting at is, you know, you can't question his intelligence because, you know, Dr. Umar. It's like, well, yeah, that doesn't mean that his intellect is infallible. So, you know, like he questions the intelligence of doctors, dentists, et cetera, that move from the hood away from the hood stuff. He is in a chronic state of questioning intelligence. So miss me with that. You can't question his intelligence.
No, I do have a problem with everyone is like talking mad shit about him, like he's not relevant or he's trash. And I want to first say that we can't take away his brilliance. So I want to make that very, very clear. He's a brilliant man. He's very, very smart, and he can break down a whole lot of shit that it clicks. And he's always kind of clicked for me. When I watched you guys interview, man, I was like, this shit is good. And I was getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting mad because I don't think that you guys, maybe it didn't click for you, or I don't know, but it seems like I was getting something that maybe a whole lot of people did not understand or get. And I did not, a lot of guys was saying he's simping for black women. He's simping, but I mean, majority of people he's about 50-50. A lot of black men, a lot of black women. So
ever notice how she always gets it with guys who are chronically accused of being simps? Like, no, I get it. I get what he's saying. He spoke to me. He's supposed to speak to you because, like, the same way people call him simp is the same way he's speaking to you. Simps speak to you. Like, that's what it seems like. Okay, so my bad. I'm gonna start being better on this. Appreciate the super chats, appreciate the cash apps, all that stuff. I'm gonna try to be more diligent in reading them. So the truth says for the collection. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Greatly appreciate you. But yeah, his words speak to me. It's supposed to speak to you. And I'm going to get into that later on why it's. Let me write that down. All right. So, yeah. Let's continue.
So it's not simp mode.
You seen his videos of him holding black women accountable?
I've seen him check some black women.
Okay. I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm just
No, I've seen it now. It ain't a lot.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. It ain't a lot. Because
She just said it was 50-50. Somebody said she'd be quoting stats wrong. Yeah, well, she just said that, it's 50-50. He gets on black men and black women. Now, have you seen him do that on black women? Well, it ain't a lot. Well, it's a lot on black men. Like, like he wanted to delete Pookie. So, yeah, I mean, and that video looked like it was like forever ago. So, yeah, I mean, it is a lot on the brothers. It doesn't seem so much. That's not what 50-50 means. Hit the like button.
he might be a little weak for the chocolate. However, I think his message has always been consistent, and consistency over decades is something for me, especially in this space, I can respect. I just didn't necessarily understand what you guys were disagreeing with him about. And let me preference where.
Why is consistency something that you can respect? Take an idiot, for example, right? I don't say this person is an idiot, but they are consistent. Take somebody that if you work in an office, if you work not blue collar, not outdoors, you work indoors in an office, and there's somebody that is constantly funky. Do you then say, hey, at least that person is consistent? They smell like crap. They smell like a horse's saddle, but they are consistent. They smell the same shitty way all the time. And I appreciate their consistency. No, what the hell? No. That's what why do we, because like consistency is the absence of improving. It is. We embrace consistency more than we embrace growth. Growth is not consistency. Just ask any midget. Just ask a midget. They've been the same height that they were since they were 11 years old. Yeah, but I'm consistent. I'm not tall, but I'm consistent. Like, yeah, of course, that's what happens when you're stunted. And another thing, well, this is a quick segue. Anybody that call midgets little people are stupid. You're stupid. They are midgets. If I was a midget, I want to be called a midget. A little person? That don't sound worse to you? That's worse. Oh no, they're a little person. What the hell? No, it's a midget.
I think our community, Black relationships,
It's not PC or PG. It's not. No, it's, damn it. Who said that? See, it's other people. The midgets did not ask to be called little people. Tall liberals got together and decided to name a whole subcategory of people. Okay, being sarcastic.
And what we talk about in this space is a lot of bullshit. Because no one wants to dive into the whys.
Mhm.
And I'm really trying to find where men and women are talking about the whys. We can say, oh, black women, y'all are masculine. Black men, y'all want to go to a white woman. We can say, but why? Why?
But does the
I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck why. If somebody steal your car, do you ask why? Like, we as black people need to ask why. I do not have to ask why for anything ever. And they are not going to ask why for you. How come the men got to ask why? When was the last time a woman asked why? Listen, I'm going to be straight with y'all. Every now and again, I give crappy dick. And by crappy dick, I mean poor sexual performances. Every now and again, I do. And there's a number of reasons why. In that particular instance, I give crappy dick. And sometimes it's just I simply don't feel like giving good dick. There's a number of reasons. Sometimes I had legitimate excuses. And you want to know what's consistent? Not one gave a shit why. Not a woman. Not one of them gave a shit why. They don't care if you on medication. They don't care if you just got from a funeral that day or something like that. You know, they do not care. All they know is that the results. The results. They don't care about the why. They just care about the results and how it applies to their vagina at the time your penis is in it. That is all they give a crap about. But we supposed to sit and say why a bitch is fat. I don't care. I just know that you fat right now, and I'm not interested. And I don't care to why. Like, then they want to say something like, how come all these chicks got thyroid disorder? I don't care. I don't care, because what it means is that you are incapable of walking on my back. Like the China woman can walk on my back and not hurt me. You are incapable of doing that. I do not care about the reasons and the circumstances that brought you to this endeavor, that brought you to be unappealing to my penis. I don't.
do you think the why matters?
Absolutely.
No,
You can't fix shit unless you know why.
I don't want to fix you. I want to fuck you. And speaking of fixing, you need to fix me a sandwich, and I don't care why your ass isn't. If you want to fix it, and see, that's how they get you. They get you on, see, and that's why she's that chick. She's that same chick that was like, save your community, black men. Because once they get you to wanting to fix it, then you have to be with them while fixing it. Like, oh no, come fix me. No, I want to break you. And by breaking, I'm talking about, and yeah, I know, y'all know I'm a freak. Listen, you want them broken. You want them broken. Like when the Cowboys get an animal or something like that, and they ride it until it's broken. That is what I seek. That is my fucking pleasure. Fixing you just makes you more of a wild bitch. No, I want to break you. I like them broken. The fuck that is? You know who's fixed? Dogs. Fuck that. No, this is bad. No, I don't want to have to fix your shit. Just like you want a man to come to you complete or semi-complete or on the trajectory of completion, we want that. Fix your damn self.
All right, but
I can't tell you if I'm having some issues. I can't say I'm gonna fix it because you my man, I'm gonna fix it. No, I got to get to the root. I got to get to the trauma.
Okay.
I have to understand the whys. And I think with Dr. Umar, he was trying to go into the whys, and we didn't explore that more. When he talked about why are Black women masculine, we didn't explore that. It was you, Eli. Well, why I gotta be with a masculine woman, baby? You don't.
It seems
you don't, baby.
That is the truest thing she said. Salute to her. That is the truest thing she said. You don't. You damn right you don't. You damn right you don't. Do I get with masculine women from time to time? Yes. I get with masculine women who look feminine. And the relationships never last beyond the time of me tired of fucking them. Like, once I reach the point to where I'm tired of fucking them, that is when the relationship ends. Yes, you don't have to. In some cases, I want to if they look worth a damn. But generally speaking, you're right. You don't have to. And you Black men do not have to. And that's what the Daily Rap, salute to the Daily Rapper crew, because that's what they were saying to Umar. You know, we don't have to put up with this shit. Not through any, community obligations or anything. You do not get to dictate what my dictates. Nope, you don't. And since they're talking about marriage and crap, you damn right. I don't have to fuck your damage. Where's my sandwich? Yeah, but the Vietnam War, fuck your damage. Where's my sandwich? Yeah, but slavery, fuck your damage. Where's my sandwich? You think we are in any way, shape, or form obligated to give a shit? Ladies, I know there's a lady here who hates me. But say you meet a dude, right? And you get along with this dude. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when y'all decide to get intimate, you notice that this nigga wear panties. Do you give a damn about his backstory? Do you give a damn about his backstory, or do you just see a nigga in panties? Like, oh yeah, well, I have 4 sisters, and my mom was poor and we couldn't afford underwear, so I had to wear my sister's panties because when she outgrew, they don't give a fuck about your backstory. You are a grown ass man with panties on. That is the end all be all. They don't want to hear shit, and I don't want to hear shit from an unruly bitch. I do not. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. The thing is that you present yourself to me right now as an unruly bitch. All right, so salute to King Gig. He says, love your content. Thank you. He says, appreciate it. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate everybody who supports, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cash App, Super Chat, all that good stuff. I appreciate all of you. So Freedman Journal says, salute to you, brother. Greatly appreciate you. Always been there, always support. Appreciate the members too as well. All right. Point taken. Okay. No, the point is that we're not obligated to care. And this goes double for you. Talking about colorism and this, and this. Listen, I do not care about your history or how society perceives you or about some 1960 syrup commercial. I don't give a shit. Listen, the thing is, how pleasing are you to me and my penis? That is what I am concerned with. Miss me with the whole history and you're brainwashed until I don't give a fuck. If they brainwash me to liking something I like, then I'm going to like it. You trying to brainwash me into some shit I don't like or probably don't like. That is how that works. Nobody dictates what the fuck my dick takes. You sir are a hedonist. Listen, if it's good, I'm that. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Initially, I think what started the conversation was that he said that he tells black women when they dealing with continental Africans that they can't behave in that manner. And I think, and we're
the way
like,
to treat American men.
What he said, yeah, you can't talk to them how you talk to American black men. And so initially what provoked me was like, well, damn, why do we have to tolerate that when you're capable of telling them that they need to change their behavior when dealing with other men? And that's normally the rhetoric that I'm starting to hear as a black man person. I get where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we have to tolerate almost poor behavior, bad decision making. But when they go date an African man or a white man or a Hispanic man, you automatically know that they're not going to tolerate that. So I can't behave this way. I can't talk to you this way. I know better. But
Exactly. And you want to know why they don't? Because they're not falling for the bullshit. They're not they do that with you because they can get away with it. Just like a kid knows what parents to try, or excuse me, not parents, but they know, well, yeah, parents too. Like if you have a mother and a father, you know which one to try. You know which one to ask for certain things that the other one is going to say no to. You know which one to ask for an extra cookie and stuff like that. You know who you can try like that. And unfortunately, because of boomers, they have been trying us and we have been going for it. They don't respect you because you don't demand respect. I'm not talking about walking around with your chest out like I demand respect. No, they don't respect you because you treat unruly bitches regular. You treat them like regular women. You treat them like they the same chicks that bake you cookies or bring the best banana pudding on Thanksgiving and shit like that. You treat them regular. You don't get regular treatment. Why? Because of slavery? Miss me with that bullshit. We the only ones who fall for that. So they do not have the desire to step their game up and step their weight down for my penis. That is on y'all. That is on you for disrespecting your penis like that. For not saying, if you don't get in line, I'm going to find another of any creed and color that will get in line. And if not, I will sooner jack off than to experience a likeness of unruly bitches. That is on you for not taking that stance. That is when you put loyalty over self-respect. Exactly. And notice how they don't go to other groups of people with the whole I'm like this because you need to ask why. They know they treat Africans like that because they know that you that they don't give a damn about your why. They know that they can't run that game. That is game. They are running game on you.
black men, it's like, okay, well, you guys have to tolerate this because of X, Y, and Z. And that's why I think I was a little frustrated. I get where you're coming from.
Well, why?
And even when you talk about the root,
did she just say why? And he just explained to you? He just mansplained why, how disrespectful it is for you to treat somebody. That's something like racism. To keep it a buck, that's something like racism. He just explained to you why he don't like to see a woman treat another group of men better than they treat me and my group of men. And she said, why? Why don't you like that? What kind of crap is that? When people ask questions like that, that's when you just leave. That's when you just smack your forehead and leave. You go up to a politician. Hillary Clinton is that stupid. Hillary Clinton is that stupid. I'll never forget when she was running for president. One of the many times she lost. You lost over and over again. You're like France. You lost. Just a consistent pattern of losing. But one at a time, somebody stepped to her, like talking about the police shootings and stuff like that, and you know, it was that whole thing, and she was like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, what do you mean? What do we like? The solution is obvious. What do you mean? It's one of those stupid questions that people ask that just make your skin crawl with stupidity.
We're getting blamed for the problem, and we're not the root of the problem.
Individually, I guess you could say that. Yeah,
Right. Okay. So you, AC the GOAT, are not individually the problem.
Right.
But again, it is the why. Why, and we got to go back. Why are Black women masculine? Why are we?
You know.
I don't care. I truly don't. I do not care. I do not care if for whatever reason. I don't. And I am not going to waste time trying to figure out why a bitch is throwing pancakes at another bitch in IHOP. I am not going to try to figure out why they are fighting in what's that movie called? Little Mermaid. Like, you got to figure out why, not if I don't give a shit. And I never did. And trust me, you're talking to somebody, or somebody's talking to you with a curious mind. I've always been a science kid. I've always been a person, a young man with a curious mind. Like, I used to explore a lot in a scientific way, like in the neighborhood, like, you know, like ant hills, just things like that. Any opportunity I can. So it's not like I'm not curious. But as far as the things that appeal to me, I never asked why. If I liked chocolate ice cream as a kid, and I did, and I do now, I do as an adult, I never say why. I never say why I like chocolate ice cream. I just like it. I just like it. I say, oh, that's some good chocolate ice cream. I like chocolate cake with the yellow inside, with yellow innards. I like that. What, you think I asked why? I don't ask why I like chocolate cake and I don't like German chocolate cake. And in understanding why I don't like German chocolate cake, I'm not going to eat that shit. Like, oh, you don't like it because of World War II. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care why I don't like it. I don't like it. And the women of my life, I'm not talking about romantic women. I'm talking about like mom, auntie, grandma, and stuff like that. They know that this is what I like. And on my birthday and stuff, if you ask, because my birthday is close to Thanksgiving, if you ask, like, what do I want for my birthday? I say, I want this particular dessert served on Thanksgiving, when I see you on Thanksgiving. Because it's what I like. Stop trying to get me to question the stuff I don't like with hopes that in answering that question, I'm going to like it. That's stupid. Nobody says, well, yeah, it's a lot of you brothers that are that stupid. Dr. Umar is that stupid. What you are trying to do when you do that, when you go down that line of thinking, hit the like button. When you go down that particular rationale, what you are doing is you are trying to look for a justification for liking the shit you don't like. And because you do that, they feel liberty. They feel like they have a ticket. They have a ticket to fuck with you. They have a ticket to be an unruly bitch because you are going to look for justifications. And she keep coming back to that. Look at her with her fingers put together like that, trying to explain stuff. And I would say that this is her bright idea, but it's not. It's not. It's you men who are looking for excuses to deal with unruly bitches. They're unruly because they're unruled.
You know what's the issue with that? We can ask them, and they say because I am. Women don't know why they're masculine. They just they believe that we should just accept them for how they are. And when we do, if you watch our show, we question women on this all the time in different ways, in different. When we be like, oh, what you want in a man? I don't know. Why are you masculine? I don't know. Who hurt you? I don't know. But they feed off of what the next woman issue is. Well, I don't like men because they sassy. Let's use that example. Okay. Why are they sassy? Oh, they want flowers from men. The men want flowers. They're just every woman tends to follow what the last woman said and don't know why they're mad at men. They just mad because the other woman is mad. And that ain't gonna heal a situation. You can't be living off somebody else's trauma. You got to tell us how we gonna help you if you don't know what's wrong with you.
I think besides the women that we get,
it is not my job to help you. It's my job to provide and protect for you if you are under my rulership. If you are submissive to me. That is it.
get on these platforms that's uninformed, that don't know how to be with a man, don't know how to treat a man. We already know that. But I think that you guys are leaders. You have a platform, you're talking to thousands, you've gone viral multiple times. You are leaders. So for us y'all, I ain't on that, but y'all, it's the why. To hell with them women because they don't know why.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean to hell with them? All right. See, she's basically just saying ignore their behavior because they don't know why they act like that. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to ignore the bitch too. That is what you do. You ignore these bitches. That is what mainstream society do. I seen a thing, and somebody send me the link in the thing in the show. If y'all or just like whatever to Google. There was a link with two black women was sucking on opposite ends of a hot dog in a grocery store. And everybody was just ignoring them. Yeah, exactly. Society at large has learned to ignore such childish behavior. Such attention-seeking behavior. And we the only ones that stand behind and try to figure out why she's sucking a hot dog in the middle of a grocery store. I don't care.
But if we have a platform and we can dive into the why, and I think with Dr. Umar, he was trying to dive into the whys. And so when you talk to these women, you can see the trauma. You can see why they act a fucking fool. You can see, oh, I understand that, but it's the whys.
I don't care. I don't care. So I like zombie movies. I like zombie movies. And in each and every single zombie movie, except 28 Days Later, when they are asking the question, or when they are being attacked by zombies, nobody ever knows why or where the zombies came from. They just know that they're there and not to fuck them and not to marry them. And you understand that for whatever reason, they are what they are right now. Hit the like button. Here's where I'm going with this. It's 100 people here. If all of you turned zombie, I would delete each and every single one of you without hesitation. And I don't care if you super chatted. I don't care if you liked and subscribed. None of that matters. Each and every single one of you, were you zombies, I would delete you. Why? Because I don't want to be a zombie. And it's in my, keep your zombie ass away from me. I like my brain in my head. What you trying to eat my brain? I don't care why. I don't care how hungry you are for brain. I do not care. That is your damage. That was you that got bitten by the other zombie because you tried to be friends with it. That is your dumbass fault. Okay, you are a zombie now, and I will delete you. Fuck you. Yes, you damn right. I am not gonna try to smash. Hold on. I am not going to try to smash zombie Kelly Stamps. She is not the thing. One of the sexiest things about Kelly Stamps is that she is not a zombie. So yes, I am not. Yes, I am leaving. Yes, I would delete zombie Kelly Stamps in a heartbeat and find a woman with a heartbeat. I am not about that life. I am not a zombie boinking dude. That is nope. My life's goal is to not be a goddamn zombie. So yeah, that is on you. That is your problems. Don't care about the history.
So could you
Black
tell
women didn't just start off being just masculine for no reason.
You see that? You see that? Zombies didn't just start off being zombies for no reason. Like zombies didn't start off eating brains for no reason. The point is that they eating it now. Fuck them.
And I think with that interview, which you guys did with Dr. Umar, he was specifically saying Black women had to be masculine because our men wasn't there. You guys went to Vietnam. Our Black men died in Vietnam.
Now she blaming Vietnam. Now she's like, oh yeah, we like this because of Vietnam. I don't give a fuck. Viet fucking Nam. I do not give a fuck. I wasn't born during Vietnam. I do not give a fuck. I don't care why you are what you are and how you are. I don't. Well, I care what you are. Because I know not to fuck with you. Man, miss me with that history. If you are fucked up because of something that happened in Vietnam, then I am not messing with you. And it's complete and total bullshit. You want to know how I know it's bullshit? Because here, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all how and why that whole, oh, Vietnam is bullshit because the black man died in Vietnam. You want to know who else fucking died in Vietnam? The Vietnamese. The Vietnamese died in Vietnam. Damn it. And look at them now. Oh, I can't submit because of all the black men that died in Vietnam. And then and look at this. Look at this. Look at Vietnamese women. Their men died in Vietnam. What the hell is that? Agent Orange, all that crap. They had to deal with all that crap, and look at them now. Look at this. Look at this. Shaving and stuff. When was the last time y'all had a okay, you know something? They can't even like open up businesses like this because like and this is in Vietnam. This is not in the US. But they have like Asian massage parlors and stuff like that in the US. But it's hard for them to sell femininity because they're not collectively seen as what. Who wants no crap? Like, what is she doing? That's not a massage. She's just gripping his leg. Okay, they suck at what they do, but they do it. But they do it. And they're not saying that they're not going to be docile and submissive because of Vietnam War. That was just stupid. That is when you are grasping at straws instead of for grasping at bread and getting me a fucking sandwich. That is, you see, what's stopping them from getting a sandwich? Not a damn thing. Man, miss me with that whole Viet fucking Nam. And why do they act like it was only black men that went to Vietnam? But it's about to get more ridiculous. Hit the like button. It's about to get more ridiculous than that. Yeah, and this was already on my feed. Not because I have a particular fetish for Vietnamese women, but and let me see if yeah. So this I don't know why it's relaxing for me to watch stuff like this. Here, I'll show it again. So stuff like this come on my feed because like I like to watch this right here. So Vietnamese people, Vietnamese women, even though their fathers and stuff like that went to war, they have this cultural thing that they do where they put a light on their forehead like little mole women, and then they dig in and y'all know that I watched that. I mentioned this several times before. They look inside your ear and they dig the wax out like little pieces of wax at a time. They dig in, and yeah, that's what they do. And for whatever reason, it's relaxing for me to watch. So that's why stuff like this come on my feed. So I know that they can't go by that Vietnam excuse because even though they won the war, they had a lot of losses, and they not bitching about that like fucking 40 years later or 50 years later, 60 from the beginning of it. So miss me with that garbage. All right, but back to the topic at hand. Not for black men. And then if you ask them why, they'll say something like Vietnam or some crap like that.
And when they came back to us, got strung up on drugs.
Oh my God, this is a straw man if I ever heard one.
Mm-hmm.
And left the home. It wasn't that we just, let me just get on public assistance. We didn't have nobody there. Mm. Speaking as a woman that was raised an 80s baby and a father that was on drugs as well too as 80s. And so my mom had to.
Y'all hear this, right? Y'all hear this. Y'all hear this. I want y'all to tell me what's wrong with this whole thing that she said. If y'all are, and this part is the reason why I picked the video. If y'all are as in tuned with it as me, because when she said it, I was like, wait, what the hell? I'll give you a hint. She's 40 years old. I'll give you a hint and say that she's 40 years old. All right, let's see. Well, that's part of it. Only black men took drugs. That's part of it. Yeah, that logic there. But there's something deeper. There's something deeper that just stood out to me like the moment she said this. Let's see if y'all catch it. All right, nobody else got it, but that's okay. Listen. If you are an 80s baby, Vietnam has almost nothing to do with you. And it almost has nothing to do with your parents. The Vietnam War ended. Thank you. Thank you. You got it. Born in 1983, blaming Vietnam. Reagan was in office. The economy was in an upswing. Yeah, okay. But all that aside, so the whole men died in Vietnam. You were born 8 years after Vietnam ended. I repeat, you were born 8 years after Vietnam ended. So, in order for the Vietnam War to have affected you, your father would have had to went to Vietnam and stayed until the end of it in 1975. Got strung out on drugs, and then 8 years later put his drug addicted penis in your mom and had you. Which means two things. Yeah, my dad, okay, let me say this. Yeah, my dad was too young for Vietnam. My grandfather, though he was of age, by the time that particular war started, he had too many kids. He told me that he wanted to enlist for that. So yeah, it did come in that awkward time, especially if you're an 80s baby. It makes no sense. It would mean that your mom was with this drug addicted guy for the entire time between 1975 and 1983. That is the only way that makes sense. And salute to your mom, for giving the reason why. Oh, and that's another thing. Can we as men, can a crackhead come up to you right now and say, I want some pussy, and you say, why are you a crackhead? I'm gonna fuck you, but while trying to figure out why you are a crackhead. Can he say Vietnam War? Can he say 9/11? Can he say something as ridiculous as that? Do you take excuses? Asking why. But back to the whole thing. Back to the whole miscalculation. Because shout out to Chantel Simone. I think I've seen her in here. Appreciate your service. Shout out to Chantel Simone. I think I've seen her in here because she says the math ain't mathing. Exactly. The math ain't mathing. Talking about how the Vietnam War affected somebody who was born 8 years after it ended. The math ain't mathing. But no, looking for an excuse for ill behavior. Now, she's going to go some more into that. Let's have a listen.
to take care of 3 kids because my daddy was on drugs. That was a lot of our lives.
3 kids. 3 kids. And I'm not here to talk about people mama, but she did see fit to give birth 3 separate times to a guy that's been addicted to drugs. Like, what the hell? Are we supposed to just say why, or just say, okay, you know, Courtney's mom, that's you seem to got yourself in a situation. You seem to have gotten yourself in a situation, and yep. So take care. And good luck with them kids. And yeah. I am going to stare and walk backwards as I exit wherever you are.
So masculinity and Black women just didn't just all of a sudden appear and we just said, hey, I don't want the Black man. I want to get on government assistance. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen. The why was because systematically they took you out the home.
Systematically, they took you out the home. Wait, what? Apparently, there was somebody in the home that just so happened to be addicted to drugs. First, okay, I'm gonna be clear. I don't believe her story. I don't believe that she was a victim of the Vietnam War the way she's stating. I think that that's more of this, there's no one to blame. It's the Vietnam War, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I am a refugee result of the Vietnam War. But for some reason, while the Vietnamese women are digging in my ear, not my ears, but digging in people's ears, you know, they're professional ear cleaning women with a little light on their forehead. I like the little light on the forehead too. But they're doing that while the guy got cucumbers on his face. They're doing that, and you're doing this. But no, I don't believe you on this whole, you know, that's my story. He fought bravely in Vietnam and he came back with one leg addicted to something. And, you know, he had to put on a ghost mask or he had to put on war paint. And then he had to rob the treasury where they burn the money. But then, you know, the dude, he was a preacher and he started snitching on people. And then next thing you know, the cops started raiding us one by one. And then, you know, they gave me 50 years, even though I got a silver star for my diligent service in the Vietnam War. And everything was fine when I was a kid and I delivered milk. Like this, don't miss me with that shit. Miss me with that bullshit. Exactly. What does that have to do with you making me a sandwich? And this is a man that's been to Vietnam. Exactly. See, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. And I grew up in Oakland. All right. When I was a kid, maybe like 5, I seen, and don't get me wrong, you see brothers who've been there and done that and stuff like that from time to time. None of them that I know of. Like the people who are addicted to drugs were crackheads, and which had nothing to do with Vietnam. But the only brother I seen that was, and this really, don't do this. I mean, I know all of you got eyes and shit, so this don't apply to you, but don't do this because it really just messed with me to this day. So I went to a daycare center after school, after kindergarten and shit. And every now and again, the owner of the daycare, she would have like people come over in her life, and they would do stuff with the kids. And by do stuff, I mean like tell a story, a magic trick, or something like that. They would do something to entertain the kids. And this particular brother had an eye patch on, and he was talking to us, and we was listening, and I don't know if it was me or if one of the kids asked him to lift his eye patch, just out of curiosity, because you're a kid and you're curious. And he did, and what I seen just like stuck to me. It really, like, to this day, I'll never forget what I seen under that eye patch. It really just got to me. And it's nothing like Samuel L. Jackson when, on that show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that. It's nothing like that. It really just stuck with me. I'm not going to describe it, but it really just stuck with me. That's why I remember that for so long ago. But my point is that is it. That is it. This whole, Vietnam brothers were just come back, and that is TV. That is theater. That is dead presidents. Making up false excuses to why you are not getting me a goddamn sandwich is ridiculous. And why you get other groups of people sandwiches. Hit the like button.
Systematically, they brought drugs into our community, and you guys got on it.
And you guys got on it. And you guys got on it, huh? You guys. Oh my God. According to her, there is no such thing as a female crackhead. And she's really talking as if the three guys on the panel are crackheads. And you guys got, like, what the hell? Like, the term crack whore is talking about guys. That is a movie. That is a myth. That is a myth. And look at her. Like, she's explaining to children. Look at the look on her face. Look at this. Like, this is serious. You guys were on crack. That is bullshit. There wasn't a bitch in the 80s that couldn't find some dick. That couldn't find some non-crack addicted, non-Vietnam heroin addicted dick to fill them. Okay? To pay the rent. To pay the mortgage. To be hot and ready when something went thump in the night. That is some bullshit, and you're a bullshitter. I couldn't do it because y'all was crackhead. For every crackhead man, there was a crackhead woman and then some. What was that? Did y'all see that? Y'all see that little gesture that she did? Hold on. Let me go back. Watch this again. Watch what she does with her head. Actually, watch this.
Systematically, they brought drugs into our community, and you guys got on it.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? What the fuck was that? Like, yeah, I blame you. Fuck that. Fuck that. Brothers, in the privacy of your own privacy, I want, or hell, say it aloud in front of people. Say it aloud in front of people. I am not them niggas. I repeat, I am not them niggas. Say it. I am not them niggas. Say that shit loud and proud. And you are not accountable or culpable for anything the next nigga did. Y'all, I ain't never smoked crack a day in my fucking life. Ever. Ever. And nobody, like, by the time I came of age, nobody in my age group thought that shit was cool. Yes, we had crackheads in our neighborhood, and nobody wanted to grow up to be that shit. Okay? That shit is on them. I am not them niggas. I am not culpable. I'm not going to get you a sandwich because y'all smoked crack. Bitch, get the fuck out of my kitchen then. Get the fuck out of my kitchen and everything. Get the fuck out. Just you saying because crackheads exist, you are not going to get me a sandwich? Bitch! Fuck you. What the hell? And not because they exist, because they existed in the 80s. It was some bum ass niggas, and they all were grown. These were all old dudes. These were all old. Okay, so here's the thing. And those of you who grew up, who hood raised, probably seen something similar. The drug dealers and the drug users used to keep crack in cracks. Meaning that in order to hide it from the police, like the cracks that are in the cement of the neighborhood, they would hide it in there. And as a kid walking to school, I'd see it from time to time, and I left that shit alone. I left that shit alone. That is their business. That is between some homeless nigga trying to suck dick for $2 and some homeless bitch who is sucking dick for $2 who are out looking for crack and shit. That I have nothing to do with that, and I am not culpable. And if you think that I have to deal with some unruly, unsandwich making bitch because crackheads existed, you are out your fucking mind. Where the white women at? Where the white women who say, yeah, because 40 years ago, you know, there existed crackheads or meth heads or whatever the fuck they did, I'm not gonna get you a sandwich. Fuck that. Where's the China woman who's saying, yeah, well, remember the opium wars? Fuck that. If you think that and then you roll your head, if you think that I am going to put up with an unruly bitch because crackheads existed in the 80s, you got another fucking thing coming. I do not care about your why. Any why you don't get me a sandwich, but you getting another nigga a sandwich, there is nothing you can say. There is nothing you can say that will get me to tolerate that shit. I do not care if Emperor Palpatine himself did a Sith mind trick on you. You're a weak-minded fool for letting Emperor Palpatine mind trick you like that, because Jabba the Hutt wouldn't fall for that. Fuck that bullshit.
That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, you do not have to tolerate that shit. You don't. If I lived in the MCU, say I'm a white guy, right? Actually, no, I don't want to picture a universe where I'm not black. Say I'm a black man and I'm in the MCU. And the blip happened. The blip being Thanos snapped and half the people was gone. And then like 10 years later, or shit, fuck it, 40 years later, Some bitch says, the reason why I'm treating you like that is because of the blip. Like, excuse me? Yeah, Thor should have aimed for the head. Like, bitch, I'm not Thor. And I'm not Thanos. And I'm not a Wakandan warrior. And I wasn't out on the field doing that. I do not care. Either you get me a sandwich right now or get the fuck out. Yeah, but the blip is why I'm fucked up. Then that means you're going to be forever fucked up because you can't get over shit. If you don't put a light on your forehead and start digging the wax out of my ear, I don't want to hear shit. Why? Because I got wax on my ear and I don't want to hear your fucking excuses.
Women, right?
So we had to take care of home, but we couldn't because we can't take care of home because we ain't got no man. So therefore, the government tried to help us, and their feminism came into, well, you were able to do it by yourself. You've been doing it because he was gone and he was on drugs. So we gonna help you out. Okay.
He was on drugs. That is bullshit. Stop acting like they couldn't find a non-crack addicted man. Where was your mama? And I'm not talking about Courtney and Michelle in general. I'm talking about each and every single chick that make this complaint. Where was your mama when Barack Obama was at Harvard? Where was your mama? Was she in his rotation or was she out sucking crackhead dick? Where was your mama when all that shit was going down? Hold on. Let me look this up. Let me look this up. Who's that guy? Y'all tell me his name. Who's that guy that's on the movies? Ah, shit. He also went to Harvard. Damn, what's that dude name? All right. He was on that movie Into Deep. No. Wait, is this the same movie? Yeah, this is the same movie, Into Deep. But hold on, where is dude? Damn, what else did he play in? Fuck. Anyway, I can't think of his name, and y'all not helping me. So whoever that dude is that that was on In Too Deep, and he was he went to Harvard too. Is the point of what I'm saying? He went to Harvard too, and at the same time as Barack Obama, roughly. And where's the lineup? Where's the groupies for dudes like that? Where's the polyamorous relationship? Because you know, so many dudes were crackheads that you had to just gravitate towards the Barack Obama types. No, not Mekhi Phifer. First of all, he wasn't even in it. Is that him? I think that's who you're talking about. Hold on. No, not him. He married to Angela Bassett. He married to Angela Bassett. Anyway, there's a dude in that movie who went to Harvard as well. What I'm saying is that they weren't lining up for the Harvard niggas at the time. Thank you. Hill Harper. Dang. It was on the tip of my brain. Y'all annoying. Y'all be slow to the thing. All right. All right, give me a second. Oh, so he's on NCIS. I didn't know, or he was on NCIS. Let me see. So here, I'll bring it up. Okay, so Hill Harper. Now I think he's a shorter dude, but he was born in 1966. So he was coming of age right around the time she was born. He was coming into adulthood right around that time. He was turning 18 right around the time that she was being born. But instead of her flocking to him, they were getting impregnated 3 times by a dude that's addicted to drugs. That shit is on them. That shit is on them. And see, he never got with a black woman. I think though he loves black people and black women, he still found himself with an Asian woman. That is on y'all. Stop trying to make it appear like brothers like this didn't exist. See, they want to appear, they want to pretend like brothers like that don't exist so they can give this bullshit argument. They want to pretend like each and every single one of your fathers didn't exist. They want to pretend like if you went to like the port of Oakland in the 80s, it wasn't full of black men, many of them single. The Naval Supply Center, the docks of Baltimore, Maryland, the printing press of Chicago. They want to pretend like these, people don't exist. No, y'all were on welfare because y'all wanted it. And even if it was, I still don't give a shit. First of all, your excuse is bullshit. Second, even if it was, let's just say that there was, that the Thanos snap affected only black men. Let's just say that that's the case, right? And then they say, oh, yes, well, we had to learn to be in. I don't give a fuck. What that got to do with you? Get me a sandwich now.
Okay. And we took the bait, but the bait wasn't because we didn't want you or we didn't need you. We did not have you. And so now we're in a situation where
you said, or at least they said that we don't need you.
Black men are doing amazing. And back then it was more black men in jail than in college. Now it's completely different. And now that you guys are not.
That wasn't even true back then.
However, how are black women are not trusting of black men because we wasn't taught to trust.
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. If you don't trust me to eat your sandwich, then fuck you.
We've been taught to survive. We've been taught not to need a man because our parents didn't have it.
Mm-hmm. They had it, they just didn't want it. Y'all out getting pregnant by bow-legged niggas like nobody else in the world exists.
If we are not going to give grace to black women.
Grace? Ain't that some grace? Listen, you can have all the grace in the world that you want. What you're not going to get is my penis. That is for damn sure. My penis ain't named Grace. What the fuck? I'm supposed to embrace an unworthy bitch for the sake of grace.
And if Black women are not going to give grace to you now, then there's nothing there.
Exactly. There's nothing there. First of all, I don't want your grace. I want your fucking sandwich. That's what I want. And you're right. Without that, there's nothing there. Without submission, there's nothing there. And I don't give a damn about Vietnam or whatever the fuck you want to claim. Like whatever excuse you got. If you are not putting a light on your forehead and digging the wax on my ear, I do not give a fuck about what you have to say.
But do you understand the frustration? Because what you're saying, I don't disagree with. But do you understand the frustration when Black women are capable of turning off that masculinity when they're dealing with other ethnic groups of men? They don't have that same excuse. They know that they can't not come. I've talked to Black women who dated white men and said, I had to turn down my Blackness. You know what I'm saying? They understand how to adjust to other ethnic groups of men. But again, for Black men, specifically in America, it's almost like, well, you got to tolerate this behavior because of X, Y, and Z. They can understand. I could turn this off if I want to, but I don't want to because
just stop interrupting. Stop interrupting. You see, here's the thing, because he has a point, but he made this point before. And she ignored it. Like every time he tries to make this point, because there really is no justification. But every time she tries to make this point, she's basically doing that to deflect from the fact that y'all treat others better than y'all treat Black American men. She's trying to deflect. And let me tell you something. And this goes to her type. What do I mean by her type? Her type, as far as the white supremacy. It's white supremacy. I'm talking about those types. Those white supremacy types, do they ever ask a white supremacist why? Let's keep it a buck. Do they ever ask a white supremacist why, and then once they hear that why, they give them grace? If a white supremacist was to say, well, I look at history, and because of slavery and the Vietnam War and, you know, the consistent wealth disparity between the races, I feel superior. Do they ever say, okay, I see your point of view and I understand that. So, yeah, I understand. Grace. Burn your cross. I get it. Do they ever do that?
It's like how you guys will go to white women for femininity because you know they ain't had the trauma that we've had.
You damn right. That is the primary thing I like about white women. It's not physical. You damn right. She has no trauma. Like, you know, every time like she speaks in such a happy upbeatedness tone. And like she never had a problem in life ever. And I'm not talking about like a problematic white bitch who uncle touched her and shit. Listen, I don't give a fuck what your situation is. If you, or what your past is, if you bringing all the bad shit to me now, that shit is on you. You are a less valuable bitch. And especially if the trauma didn't happen to you, but it happened to your mama, then that means it's never gonna go away. That means that our daughters is gonna be fucked up because of the shit that your fucked up self put into her. Fuck that. No. I like them upbeat. I was just on Bernard's. And I've always been that way. I was just on Bernard's right before the stream talking about that. And people like, you like the upper middle class black girls from Skyline Hills, St. Mary's and Bishop. You damn right I did. You damn right. You goddamn right I did. If you are bringing all the drama and bullshit into the relationship and you don't bring it with other races, fuck that. But once again, she's deflecting because he asked a different question.
And if Black women are not going to give grace to you now, then there's nothing there.
But do you understand the frustration? Because what you're saying, I don't disagree with. But do you understand the frustration when black women are capable of turning off that masculinity when they're dealing with other ethnic groups of men? They don't have that same excuse. They know that they can't not come. I've talked to black women who've dated white men and said, I had to turn down my blackness. You get what I'm saying? They understand how to.
My bad, I was muted. But turn that shit down. Exactly. Excuses is not happening here. Turn that shit down. Just like you treat whomever else like that. You know, you go to Africa and you treat like a different way because you turn that shit down. Turn that shit down when you are in my presence. When keep your elbows off the table. Keep your shoes off the carpet and keep your attitude the fuck away with me. And I don't care. I don't care if you are internalizing it and it eats at your soul. I do not care. Keep that shit away from me. If it just so happens to manifest itself one day, you know, with you just with a baseball bat at a pick and pool, just wrecking cars and shit, that is perfectly fine with me. If somebody said if she is treating me right and getting me my sandwiches and getting and putting fabric softener on my fucking laundry, then and if every now and again you want to take a baseball bat and go wreck cars at the picking pool or one of those smash rooms or something like that, if you feel that you have the need to do that, then that is perfectly fine. But you put that bat up and you behave around me. I don't play that shit.
Adjust to other ethnic groups of men. But again, when we talk about black men specifically in America, it's almost like, well, you got to tolerate this behavior because of X, Y, and Z. They can understand. I could turn this off if I want to, but I don't want to because
just like how you guys will go to white women for femininity because you know they ain't had the trauma that we've had.
We go to white women for femininity because we like femininity. And we don't treat them different. If anything, we treat them worse. Because we don't tolerate as much bullshit from them as we do from you. And understand this. Damn it. Understand my leg sleep. Understand this. When we go to escape you. You and your fucked up personality and bullshit excuses. We go to escape you. and they know it. And what they are getting is refugee penis. See, when a group of people are refugees, they get exploited. I say they get exploited. They get exploited primarily for their labors. If you're in a war-torn country, another country comes along and say, okay, we'll give you refuge, but that trash on the 89 highway? I'm just saying, since you're here and we're keeping you safe from the war-torn situation, and we have a bunch of trash on the 89 highway, I'm just saying, like, if you feel compelled to pick up that trash on the 89 highway, we would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, you're welcome for the protection. That is how refugees get treated in most places that they go, and most of the places that they get refuge to. And that's what black men is. So when we go to other communities, we get refugee, and they know they get refugee dick. They get the refugee dick. But it's still better than what is going on in your own damn country. And that's how fucked up you are.
I haven't had with black women and black men, there is a distrust because we've taught to be distrustful of black men because you wasn't there and our mamas had to raise us by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And there you have it. And that is the first legitimate why we are like that I can get behind. It wasn't no Vietnam bullshit. It was the first legitimate. We're like that because our mamas taught us to be like that. I agree with you. That portion I agree with, and I say is true. And understanding that, I'm tagging everybody to let them know that this is about you, that this is about you and what you said. Oh, and look at this. I want y'all to look at this. Look at this with your eyes. Quit tagging me, you psycho. What if I am a psycho? Have you ever asked me why? I'm going to play your game. Why? Have you ever stopped and said, why am I a psycho? Have you ever asked, why am I weird? Because I'm weird because of the Vietnam War. Why don't you give me grace? Why don't you give me grace? You should give me grace. I mean, I had traumatic experience. I mean, there was the Vietnam War. There was 9/11. There was that time when I was in advanced chemistry in high school, and she graded me down for throwing away paper that dealt with the chemicals as opposed to putting it in the chemical disposal unit. You never asked me why. Oh, here we go. Here's some more stuff. You incel. You never asked me, why am I incel? You should give me grace based on why am I incel? I'm an incel because black women won't fuck me, and then they say that it's too many crackheads, so they won't fuck me. That's why I'm an incel. But you never ask me why. Give me grace. Suck my dick. You never see. Why don't you suck my dick? If you feel that I am an incel, why don't you fuck me? Because that's what you're asking black men to do. You're asking for black men to take a deficient human being because they sympathize with it. But you offer no sympathy. You offer no sympathy. You just state, I am what I am, and you refuse to tolerate what I am. That I'm bad for having this voice because my balls haven't dropped. But you don't ask why and give sympathy and try to solve the problem of my undropped balls. You never give, you ask for sympathy, but you never give it. You ask for people to explore why a person is a certain way. But you never do that. You're asking for sympathy that you would never give. So yes, just because just the same way that you have come to the conclusion that I'm an incel, weirdo, loser. What was the other thing? What was the first thing? Hold on. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay. Appreciate you, Charles Mercer. All right. It says psycho. Psycho. You never ask, why am I psychotic? Give me a super chat. I'm psychotic because I don't have enough super chats. And because you're a black woman and I'm a black man, you give me super chat to not make me psychotic for whatever reason. You should become more supportive of my deficiencies. That is your argument right now. And you don't see the problem with it. Now, let me do this. No, that's the real Courtney Michelle, because I went to her thing just now. So that's the real her. And she's hit me with all kind of insults. And I don't care. Listen, I'm okay with the insults. I'm with the shits. But don't get it twisted. Like when somebody makes complaints about the general behavior of black women, you want us to explore and stand in it. But you make a complaint about an individual and you are unwilling to explore and stand in it. You eat my shit. You are just like you are trying to get us to eat black women's shit collectively because of the Vietnam War or whatever other fucking reason. You eat my shit because of I'm a psycho incel. Go get Jergens and Corona. Is Corona a beer? I don't even drink. Your typical Friday night. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the whole Jergens and Coronas. If the black community, Courtney, is anything, and here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. If the black community is anything like what you described, meaning it's a bunch of women out looking for a guy, a perfect guy, a guy that's not addicted to crack, then there wouldn't be any Jergens and Corona guys out there, right? Like there wouldn't exist because women are just seeking non-crack addicted guys. Like it's so many women out there that are just looking for a man that is not addicted to crack or Vietnam heroin and stuff like that. There are just so many guys like that out there in the world that the guys who would be or who are jerking off with Jergens. Oh, and by the way, just a FYI, I use spit. It's cheaper. But anyway, and yes, I do prefer a rigorous masturbation over fucking a nasty bitch. But furthermore, where was I going with that? But furthermore, that wouldn't exist if there was just such a dearth of men. So When you give your why they're like this, the reason why is because they don't want to fuck the Jergens niggas that you know exist. Let's continue. Oh shit, some more stuff was said. Hold on. No, I don't want to talk to you, but you keep tagging me in stupid shit. It's been months. Listen, I tag you when it's taggable. You are a public person. I tag you when stuff like this happens. When you go on and say stuff like this, and I use it to break down my point in concepts. It's not personal. It's not personal. Well, it is because you're a person. But you say shit like this. What am I supposed to say? Stay quiet? You chronically say shit like this. You are a gross human being. You pathetic sicko. Why? Why? You should not just say I'm a pathetic sicko. You should say, why am I a pathetic sicko? And then you should try to heal my sickness.
That is a fact.
So you think black men?
All right, let me go back. I done lost my place in this madness. All right.
Taught to trust. We've been taught to survive. We've been taught not to need a man because our parents didn't have it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we are not going to give grace to Black women.
Here, I want y'all to read this in your mind while she's asking for grace. If we are not to give grace to Black women, you gross human being, you pathetic sicko. Black women are amazing in the way that they can insult you while asking for grace. They are asking for grace at the same time, showing disdain and disrespect to the group of men that they're asking for grace from.
And if Black women are not going to give grace to you now, then there's
Now, as she said, as Black women are not going to give grace to you now, it says, just pathetic and sad, 50-year-old virgin. Ha! None of those two things are true, but okay. And you wonder why. Kick rocks. You wonder why. You wonder why. This whole thing, Courtney, this whole snippet here, while you are on the Daily Wrap-Up crew, is you trying to get us to ask why. Wow. Can't make this shit up.
Nothing there.
And how am I also the Stove King involved in scandals here on YouTube and shit like that? But I wonder why.
But do you understand the frustration? Because what you're saying, I don't disagree with. But do you understand the frustration when Black women are capable of turning off that masculinity when they're dealing with other ethnic groups of men? They don't have that same excuse. They know that they can't not come. I've talked to Black women who dated white men and said, I had to turn down my Blackness. You get what I'm saying? They understand how to adjust to other ethnic groups of men. But again, when we talk about
okay, so Chantel says this. She says her insults are always so lame. Well, they're lame and they're also what's the word I'm looking for? They're very copy and paste. Incel, loser, psycho, sicko, blah, 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 blah. Like, I mean, you know, like these are things that they say to everybody that say something that they don't agree with. But the irony of it is that when people give justified critiques on Black women, there's all sorts of Popeye, come save me, come save me. You're supposed to ask why, but how come it's like with us? It's just like, oh, you're an instant. Like, did you ask why? You're a psycho. Did you ask why? You're a loser. Did you ask why? Like it's amazing. It's amazing how the irony is completely lost. Like, that is spectacular. It's I don't talk to many people like that. And this isn't like an insult or anything, but that's and Courtney, just so you know, that's why it's a case study. That's why you are chronically a case study. Because the way you think is a honest representation of the way a lot of Black American women, modern Black American women think. And it's you're honest about it, which is something I do appreciate about you. But it does give me a grand opportunity at the thinking of women like yourself. And that is, you don't really understand, you individually and Black women collectively don't really understand that people are not going to be sympathetic to a group of people who are incapable of sympathy. They're not. They're not going to give insight and understanding to a group of people who are incapable of insight and understanding. You have not displayed that you are capable of that in your dealings with me. In your opinion, in your mind, and there's truth to it, I am an unruly Negro. I'm an unruly Negro. I am a nuisance. And that's fine that you feel that way. And I understand why you feel that way. And the way you handled me as a nuisance is the way that I recommend Black men handle Black women who are nuisances. And that is disdain, discontent, and disconnect. I have no problems with you wanting to do those three things with me. I don't. But I'm hoping that the irony isn't continued. Oh my God. Oh my God. If this ain't some Jada Pinkett Smith shit. Listen, I don't care who the fuck you send. I am not going to get slapped like Chris Rock. I don't play that shit. What the fuck is that? Keep my name out your fucking... Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. This is actually happening. This is actually happening. Hey, send, let go. Do your worst. Do your worst. What the fuck is this? And keep in mind, fellas, when they talk about protection, this is what the fuck they talking about. At 38, you still sexting bums, you loser. I'm not 38. I don't know who you're talking to. And I don't sext. Okay, this is going to, I'm going to play the video. I see you in the back, Pablo. I'm going to bring you up later. But yeah, this shit is weird. I don't know what to say about this.
Black men specifically in America, it's almost like, well, you got to tolerate this behavior because of X, Y, and Z. They can understand. I could turn this off if I want to, but I don't want to because
just like how you guys will go to white women for femininity because you know they ain't had the trauma that we've had. Mm-hmm. I haven't had with black women and black men. There is a distrust because we've taught to be distrustful of black men because you wasn't there and our mamas had to raise us by ourselves. Mm-hmm. So that is a fact.
So you think.
And that's the point I agree with. And the cold part is that she pops up and all the shits happen. Like at the time I was agreeing.
Black men are distrustful of black women?
Absolutely. Yeah, you are.
Why you say that?
I say that because the time that we're in now that black men are not on drugs, are not in jail, are doing well. And now you're wanting black women to acquiesce.
Do well as well.
Right. Here's the thing. We there's not been a kilometer black men that said, hey, you know, we know we fucked up in the 80s and part
because I didn't fuck up in the 80s because I wasn't a black man in the 80s. Like I say, I am not, say it proud, I am not them niggas. Whatever happened in the 80s, that is the 80s. Get me a sandwich now. I do not give a fuck. Like just okay, we talking about the 80s. You know, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, but nobody here would let him watch your kids. And we don't care. We do not care what the fuck he been through. The end result is the same. Okay, what's this? What's she saying, Chantel? Chantel, men in my messages saying your body like a 10-year-old boy. I don't know. I mean, like I don't know any 10-year-old boys shaped like that. I mean, but if so, that means there's something wrong with the boy. Now, it seems like the men in your messenger are as attracted to 10-year-old boy bodies as they are to Chantel's body, which is something to take up with them. That's you know, that's their cross to bear.
Taught to trust. We've been taught to survive. We've been taught not to need a man because our parents didn't have it. Mm-hmm. If we are not going to give grace to
yeah, I was thinking that too. Chantel got better shape than like, okay, once again, I can't really tell like what Chantel is working with body. And I met her in person. I met Chantel in person. But I wasn't on some like stare down her body shit, you know. And I haven't met Courtney in person, but I see her videos and stuff. And yeah, I would probably give like the body award, and maybe I'll do a survey on that to Chantel. And this is me like deleting what I seen in person of her in person from my brain. So I'm gonna delete that from my brain and then just go off of like what I see on. I don't really go to their Instagrams like that, but what I see just from the videos, I would give the body thing to Chantel because she's more into fitness and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that it's like all kind of tone and shit underneath the clothes. So and you know, you can see the curves from the outside and shit. So yeah, I would definitely, and that's just me. Y'all have your own opinion, but really it don't matter. Like, what does Chantel's body have to do with what you're saying here?
Black women and if Black women are not going to give grace.
Okay. Y'all could come up if you want to, like, but this is You was 300 pounds 6 months ago. Okay. You're not out the clear, big slut. Okay. All of this is baseless, but so is the incel, Jergens, like all that stuff is baseless. Listen, from what I've seen, because Chantel did a thing months ago where she showed a picture of her from years ago when she was bigger. And people were still attracted, some even more so attracted to her when she was bigger. Now, I'm not a judge, I'm not a person, I'm not a fitness trainer, Chantel is, but that did not look like 300 pounds, what I seen there. It did look like a woman who was decent at the time, but you don't want to put any babies in her because then she'll be fat as hell. Like, but it was nowhere by any stretch of the imagination 300 pounds. So I know this is hyperbole, but it also wasn't 6 months ago. And the reason why I know this is because I seen her like a year and a half ago. So yeah, it's not even that.
Race to you now.
Lies. I saw the fat pics. So for you to talk about fat women is ridiculous. You're a cheeseburger away. Okay. Like I say, I don't know what her body type is. I don't think that she is a cheeseburger away, though. I will say that.
Then there's nothing there.
But do you understand the frustration? Because what you're saying, I don't disagree with. But do you understand the frustration when black women are capable of turning off that masculinity when they're dealing with other ethnic groups of men? They don't have that same excuse. They know that they can't not come with.
And Courtney, you're still not addressing. He asked this question like 3 times. And every time you try to circle back to the get more sympathy for me. I see you, Pablo. Please hang tight. Ah, damn it. All right, let me do this. My bad. I get carried away. I got to work on this. So, Suave says, keep up the great work, GC. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Thanks a lot. All right, thanks for the 10. J3 said, if Courtney Michelle made her man a sandwich, what kind would she make and why? Yeah. She would make a toothpaste sandwich just to be defiant. Or a Jergens sandwich. All right. Let's go to the next one. Charles Merchant says, she says she's the most educated, but uses the most traumatic when explaining her pathological behavior. I call BS. Yeah, there's a lot of BS going on with it. Yeah, it is. But stop asking for sympathy penis is all I'm asking. You know, especially if you're not giving away sympathy pussy. All right, let me continue.
I talk to black women who dated white men and said, I had to turn down my blackness. You get what I'm saying? They understand how to adjust to other ethnic groups of men. But again, when we talk about black men, specifically in America, it's almost like, well, you got to.
What does just Pearly have to do with this? Okay. That fucking lumbering frumpy bitch. Actually, I got to do some shit about her. Thanks for reminding me. So no, it's not just you. It's not just anybody can get it.
Tolerate this behavior because of X, Y, and Z. They can understand. I could turn this off if I want to, but I don't want to because
just like how you guys will go to white women for femininity because you know they ain't had the trauma that we've had. Mm-hmm. I haven't had with black women and black men. There is a distrust because we've taught to be distrustful of black men because you wasn't there and our mamas had to raise us by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So
that is a fact.
So you think black men are distrustful of black women?
Absolutely. Yeah, you are.
Why you say that?
Well, I can't trust you to make me a sandwich. That's for damn sure. And see, here's the thing. If black men are distrustful of black women, then what he's saying is we don't trust you to do the things that you admit that you're not going to do because of traumatic history. Don't be obtuse. Don't do that. Don't act like y'all don't have like deep girl fight history, like y'all not AKAs and deltas and shit. Don't, come on now. You know why she see you and she see blood. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in the sense that you're not here taking shots and she's the aggressor in the chat room. I do understand that, but there is history there. Come on, Chantel.
I say that because the time that we're in now, that black men are not on drugs, are not in jail, are doing well, and now you're wanting black women to acquiesce,
do well as well.
Right. Here's the thing: we there's not been a kilometer black men that said, "Hey, we know we fucked up in the 80s and part of the 90s. We understand that. And we left you alone. We left you in the projects. We left you in the community." This idea of the sisterhood, and I guess on my nerves, this whole space. Oh, you're a part of the sisterhood. Well, it was a reason for the sisterhood because there wasn't.
Y'all see that? There's no denying it. There's no denying it. There's never any deny. And Courtney, listen, I appreciate your honesty. A dishonest, I will give you that all day. It is refreshing. And I'm sorry, but it's what puts you in my crosshair. Nevertheless, I would not change that about you for anything in the world. So salute to you for that. I appreciate your honesty. Most sisterhood women denies the existence of the sisterhood, but you justify its existence, which is why, and I don't like that I'm doing this, but no, you make a perfect case study because so many are denying its existence. They'll sit like, no, I'm not a part of the sisterhood. There's no sisterhood. But you are just saying like, listen, there's a sisterhood and we're in it because of the Vietnam War or some shit like that. So I thank you. Like now we know that you are in the sisterhood, that a sisterhood exists, that you're in it, and that you want black men to embrace sisterhood behavior.
A man there. So all we had was us. But now that we don't necessarily have to do that, and you guys are wanting us to acquiesce to you, the problem is that we don't know how. And there's not been anything for us to feel like we can trust you no more. Because again, once you do well, once you do great, what do? You out the community. You with someone else that don't look like me. That ain't a nigga with a nose and a big lip and a nigga hair. No.
Gosh, my head hurt. And it's funny because darker chicks complain that the guys make it and get with a woman that look like her, which is weird. Somebody help me understand this, Jason. I don't know who is to. Jason Black needs to you the smoke next. Okay. It sounds to me like you are trying to weaponize black men against black men while talking about build a community. Okay, he's welcome to it. He's welcome to it. I mean, last time he to you'd, it was like he was talking about how you had your titties halfway out. Like if your shirt was, buttoned any lower, you'd see your navel, and then he hung up on you. Like it was something to that effect. So I guess it'll be my turn, but I won't cam up with my with my pics showing. Like, so yeah.
You get the ambiguous woman, you get a white woman. And we're like, God damn.
But
or you get a black woman with blonde hair. Yeah. Huh.
Again, going back to your root question was why we're looking at those black men, and again, I don't believe it's a large percentage of black successful men that are just blatantly going out and getting white women. Obviously, there are the black men that are, but since they're celebrities and stuff, it's almost like amplified to 100. But again,
exactly.
Why are we not asking those men? Well, why did you get you a white woman? They just automatically assume, well, your mama's black. You know what I mean? So
let's talk about that, because you're absolutely right. We look at the celebrities and what's hot on YouTube, and we decipher them to be the community, just like you guys do. You see some.
All right, Courtney. Oh, damn. Pablo, come back. Trust me. I didn't plan on opening the panel at all, but I'm gonna open up a panel for you. Anybody else who want to come after I finish with the clip, but you're welcome to come back, brother. All right. How do I even attack this guy? Listen. It's not that I don't even mind that you are insulting people and, Chantel or what have you. But I wish that you had better insults, because this one right here, no one is jealous of Chantel. Please, my baby toe gets more play. I know it was an attempt to insult at her, but when you read into it, it means that you are out there sticking your baby toe up niggas' ass, or men are jacking off on your baby toe, or you're giving foot jobs, and the primary action is the baby toe of your. I don't even know. It sounds like you're into some freaky baby toe shit. Like, which I'm saying, like, the insult really took away from what was the attack on Chantel. But even if you take the baby toe stuff out of it, what you are saying is that you are two single women. You are two unmarried women. And you give up more pussy than Chantel. So that makes you better. That's what you're saying. It's all around bad. Like, I'm not saying don't insult. Please do. I find stuff like that entertaining. But please be better at it. Please be better. Please be better at it.
Us. But now that we don't necessarily have to do that, and you guys are wanting us to acquiesce to you, the problem is that we don't know how, and there's not been anything for us to feel like.
That is the truth. Once again, I appreciate your honesty. You don't know how, so I'm gonna move on. If I say get me a sandwich and you say I don't know how, I am moving the fuck on, and that's anybody. And the reason why y'all treat other men different is because they don't stand in it. They don't tolerate that shit. If you get a job as a secretary and they say, get me some coffee, and you say I don't know how, they're like, okay, you're fired. If they say, I want you to order me this from DoorDash, and you say, I don't know how, it's like, okay, that is quite frankly the definition of incompetence. And you don't have to explore. You're not community or socially obligated to explore the root of an individual's incompetence. You just have to discern it. And once you have, you are well within your rights to say, okay, I have discerned that this individual is not fit for this particular job. And if the job is being wife and mother to a Black man, then that's fine. Being Black by itself does not qualify you.
We can trust you no more, because again, once you do well, once you do great, what do? You out the community. You with someone else that don't look like me, that ain't a nigga with a nose and a big and a nigga hair. No, you get the ambiguous woman. You get a white woman, and we're like, God damn.
But again, going back to your root question was why. We're looking at those Black men, and again, I don't believe it's a large percentage of Black successful men that are just blatantly going out and getting white women. Obviously, there are the Black men that are, but since they're celebrities and stuff, it's almost like, amplified to 100. But again,
Exactly.
Why are we not asking those men? Well, why did you get you a white woman? It's just automatically assume, well, your mama's Black. You know what I mean? So
let's talk about that, because you're absolutely right. We look at the.
He is spitting knowledge. I got to give it up to the brother. He is definitely spitting knowledge here. And I know before there was another video and I gave harsh critiques of the Daily Wrap-Up crew, which I got to retract some of it. This he's on point with it. All right, so Salty Boss says, thine hath the bond main of, what's that, 100,000 horses, thine hath one Lizzo of scorn, and thy comedic, and excuse me, I was still in Bible talk, and the cosmetics of jesters, thine constant wailing is an appealing to be smited on the forehead by anyone's staff. And she, what's that? Heathen, I can't say it, but like heathen shit. So yeah, at work here, heathenry thing. There, I did say it. Okay. So yeah. So for those of you who don't know, and I appreciate you, Salty Boss. Thanks for the 20. I appreciate you. Those of you who don't know, Salty Boss, he like to talk in biblical and scripture and scroll talk a lot, and I appreciate him for it. But yeah, he's basically critiquing the behavior. Like, it's not helping. Like, and that's why you're beautiful, Courtney. As far as vulnerable to critique, because you're not denying it. You're not denying it. You're embracing it. You're like I am masculine. I am the things that you are put off by. And by you, I'm talking about the collective of Black men. And instead of for pretending to be sugar and spice and everything nice, you're like, oh no, fuck that. I'm going to be paprika. I am going to be garlic and onion powder. I am not going to be sugar and spice and everything nice. Like, so I appreciate that shit. I mean, you're just displaying it. That's like if white people say, yeah, Black men are violent, and then I just go up and smack somebody and say, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Like, it's spectacular. I got to say that. It is spectacular.
Celebrities and what's hot on YouTube, and we decipher them to be the community. Just like you guys do. You see some random ghetto ass broad as a Black woman. They got 5 babies by 4 different baby mamas, and you say that's what the quintessential Black is.
But I'm not. Because you don't have 5 kids. You have 1. So You're asking that I don't pick the ultimate bad stereotype, and then when I pick you, because you want to be the representation of Black women, so I did pick you as Black women's representative today. You say, keep my name out your mouth, Courtney. What the hell? What the entire fuck?
I don't think that.
You think you said that's what we do?
Well, not you personally.
Oh, okay.
No. But I'm just talking about like in a
Okay.
space. So of
Okay,
course,
that's okay,
every
that's
Black woman that's trash, every Black woman that's not smart or loving and caring and sweet, we don't get no space. No one cares about that. So it's the exact.
We do care. A Black woman who is fit, feminine, and friendly, not only do we give her space, we fill her space. Yeah. Ha. And then you say this while talking shit about a Black woman who fits that description. I mean, are you giving her space? Just saying. You know, like you were hurling insults at how much dick she don't take, which I don't know if that helped your cause.
Exact same thing. We keep fighting and battling each other off the random, not majority of us. The bullshit. But we're not that. Black women are not that. Black men are not that.
But the issues that you speak about, you're talking about the 80s.
Now she's saying that we're not, she's saying Black women are not that. But before she was saying the reason that Black women are that, you gotta first we're supposed to say why are they like that. But then also the argument was understand why they're like that. It's weird. Yeah, she does. She does. I watch her stuff, you know.
In the 70s, right? And this generation that we living in today, why are the men that not necessarily has something to do with being out of the household, and the men that are trying to do better and improve the image of a Black man, why are we being met with those traumas from basically that's been handed down? Like, should you be the same way that we work to change the image of the Black man? Shouldn't women be doing that on the other side so we could build a better community?
Absolutely. I think that Black women need to change the image of us.
Right,
however,
okay, so now we're getting somewhere in this conversation. Now it's less like why Black men should give grace and more to Black women need to change their overall image, but not just change the image, change the actual. Change the actual. Changing the image is like putting a crackhead in a suit. No, you actually have to give up crack.
Hold them accountable if you keep giving them this grace and saying, "Oh, it's cool for you to do this because of what happened in the 70s and 80s." How are we supposed to move forward if we still dwelling on the past?
I'm not saying that you need to deal with it personally with any woman that is disrespectful, that's out of pocket. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I am community based. You know, Dr. Umar says that he's a Pan-Africanist. I say that I am too, because I think power in our Blackness and who we are globally would change the fucking world.
The two things are unrelated. They're almost mutually exclusive. They are unrelated. Yes, if Black people were a global power from working together and seeing us as a one, as opposed to separate tribes, then yes, things would be better for the rank and file Black person. And get me a sandwich. You see how it's unrelated. Like yeah, the world would be great if we came together. I'm not going to get with a non-sandwich getting bitch if because in doing so does not make the world better. They act like every day you deal with an unruly bitch, an African gets a meal. Like what the fuck?
If we were proud of us and we loved us fully, we could take over everything. Our intelligence, our smart, we're beautiful. We could.
I agree.
So I'm not telling you to take any bullshit from a woman, but what I'm saying is that the community still needs you.
Why does the community come up in a discussion about the Black woman's treatment of Black men? It's so as long as the community is in need, we got to put up with this shit. Like I don't see the correlation. Probably because there isn't much of one. Chris Evans hit her DMs and watched the time traveling Black women Vietnam trauma miraculously disappear. So what you're saying essentially is that if a choice white man was to come at her, and yeah, then the whole thing would change. And I think that there's some truth in that. I think that there is some truth in that. She would prefer a choice Black man, like the new Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America. But yeah, there's some. Well, I'm not even going to speculate on what she prefers, or how much into this whole pro-Blackness she'll go. But I will say that I've seen it before. Six the Goddess, I think she said something like, it's okay for a Black woman to date a white man because that's resources received, than a Black woman or a Black man dating a white woman because that's resources given. But it's also sandwich given, and he's happier. Nevertheless, I have seen, and Cynthia G also was given justification. So I have seen situations where justifications were made later.
I'm not, when we talk about community, and a lot of men are like, I ain't gonna be no stepdaddy. Anybody asking to be no damn stepdaddy? But we need you in the community. Because here's the thing, women are community based. We are. Women are not individually based. And when we look at our men as leaders, we want you to lead the community.
What woman?
Delete us? No, I'm joking. Oh, I'm gonna go to hell. I'm joking. But here's the thing. We want you to lead our communities. We don't want you to lead us. Let's be clear. We don't want you to lead us. We don't want you to lead us to the kitchen and lead us to the bread, meat, and cheese and lead us into making a sandwich. We don't want you to lead us in that way. But we do, however, want you to lead our community. And by lead our community, what they mean to say is, I want you to be a pseudo father to my kids in a way that I dictate to you. Meaning that I want you to be the male role model within the restrictions and parameters that I set for you. That's really what's being requested as leading the community. They're like, listen, we're not going to respect you. We're not going to treat you in a respectful way. And if you ever ask us to treat you in a respectful way, we're gonna say why. Why am I being disrespectful to you? You know, she reminds me like of a bully that's saying, why are you hitting yourself? Like why am I being disrespectful to you? And I'm being respectful to all other men. So I want you to take the disrespect while still leading the community, because communities should be led by men that tolerate disrespect from women. That's a principle of leadership.
Women is asking, well, women are asking for a man to do in the community. We want women to do what we're asking for them to do in the home. So if I'm outside and I'm working, I'm doing all this, I want some peace when I get home, and I don't want to have to go make a piece of chicken my damn self. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm working hard, you get what I'm saying? Like, you want me to do this, that, and still have to pay everything, and then still have to understand that you got a job and you too tired. But you know what I'm saying? We gotta meet we gotta communicate.
It almost sounds very one-sided, and I think that's what a lot of black men are trying to express. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's because it is one-sided. You see, they're asking black men to make sacrifices. Yet they're not willing to make any sacrifice. In fact, I asked her this on One Master Teachers panel maybe over a year ago. Like, what sacrifice are you willing to make? And there isn't one. They're not willing to make sacrifices. Okay. And this goes back to the Jergens comments that she made about me earlier. And for those of you who don't know, she said something to the effect of, I spend my Friday nights with a bottle of Jergens and a Corona and something else. But basically, I spend my Friday nights jacking off, right? So that was her insult to me. Now, how many and you know, I don't, once again, it's not about the insult, but let's go there for a second, right? Let's just say that there exists in the world a Black American man who is jerking off on a Friday night. Now let's add the caveat that he only dates Black American women. So basically, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Never use Jergens when there is a non-Black woman's vagina available to you if she's attractive. Always take an attractive non-Black American woman over Jergens. You can't insult a man for not having attractive Black women available to him and then ask him to fix any community or anything like that. That don't fly. Freedman's Journal, I'm gonna get to you after this, I promise. Y'all talking about what y'all use. Listen, I use spit and sometimes nothing at all. Fuck that. Hey, that's just me. Shit's expensive.
I think it seems to be a one-sided deal. Like we have to give the women grace.
And yes, it is mine. I say that proudly. I jacks off. I jack off when I'm in a sexual drought. I jack off when I'm in a relationship. Sometimes I jack off during sex because I want to squirt it in certain places. I do it. I like it. I'm going to continue to do it. Fuck you talking about? You think there's some shame in that?
You have to, allow them and hear them out. But we never get that. I don't have, again, Courtney, I can never come to you and say, I didn't have a father. I don't know how to be masculine. I had to be femme. I can't come to you and I can't expect you to give me that same grace. I can't use the government and say, well, you know what? There's a lot of lack of resources for Black men. So that's why I'm not earning the same potential. I can't get to my earning potential because of X, Y, and Z. I don't have that luxury to come to you as a Black man. And you damn sure are not going to give me that grace and be like, well, I do understand that this systemic. Now you're going to look at me like, now you're a man. You're supposed to get out here. Don't matter what disadvantages you have in life, you have to be a man. So again, I think a lot of Black men just want that same grace at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not saying that we can't give y'all grace, but we would like to receive that grace in return. And we're not saying y'all got to baby us or coddle us or X, Y, and Z, but we just want to.
My bad. I got wrapped up in the jargons that I forgot the point I was trying to make. So the point I'm trying to make is a man who is loyal to Black woman and using jargons on Friday night, he is sacrificing access to 87% of the vaginas in America. He is limiting his access and using jargons while he waits for a Black queen. So he's sacrificing. But what is that same Black queen sacrificing? Not a damn thing. There's no reciprocity.
Want that shared grace. That's all. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree. And I think that a lot of us deal in relationships out of fear. You're scared to be vulnerable to a Black woman because you know that she might bring that shit up in an argument or she might use it against you. And a lot of Black women are scared to be vulnerable to Black men because we're scared that you might use some other shit against us. So we have to take care of our.
Hey, GC. I think you're muted, sir.
Testing.
There you go.
Okay, you got me. Okay. All right. But yeah, go for it while I bring the thing back up.
Okay, so this whole thing is just, I think they see the wheels coming off, on the whole pro-Black thing, and there's a certain desperation to keep it going, right? The quote-unquote community, right? The community. What does that even mean? That doesn't even mean anything.
It used to be a source of discount dick. And to be fair, it's understandable that they are like that. Because when you have communities that's based on societal sympathy of your plight, it's reasonable to assume that they're going to apply that to their own personal dealings. Basically, they tell a sad story to white society and they give them welfare, Section 8 WIC, and all that stuff. They assume to apply that logic to Black men. You know, you tell them a story and they give you what you want.
Right. Yeah, that's been the
It's a seduction technique.
that's been the pattern. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's anything to not be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
be the best option. How about that? Just be the best option, and none of this trauma bonding BS, because that doesn't bond anybody, right? I mean, it keeps falling on deaf ears, right? Get on the panel with these young brothers trying to convince them that, hey, you too can take this off black women and keep this going. Like, nah, right? I mean, a third of black men in college are already dating out, and that was like, it's got to be higher now. That was like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that type of party. For one, the dating market has changed dramatically through all races. No man can afford to limit his options to 13%. Not with the way, you know, like articles came out and it was like some high percentage of dudes under 30 were incels and stuff like that. So if you are an incel and you are limiting yourself to 13% of the population, you're a fool. So don't do that. You know, like it's ridiculous to assume. Yeah, times are going to change and you got to be a better bitch. And I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear, you know, about how, you know, Ike Turner slapped your mama too. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't, you know, either give me a sandwich or go. And that's why it's called, you either making sandwiches or you making excuses. They're making excuses. These are the excuses.
Ourselves, and if we completely submit to you and you leave us or you cheat on us, then I'm by myself. We're dealing in fear. And what I'm saying is that, man, there's no grace, there's no God in fear. And until we get over.
Perfect explanation. Perfect explanation. It's like, listen, you have fear that if you give your all, that the relationship will end. Fair enough.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah. But, I mean, apply that to white men.
Yeah, apply it to men in general. Just what do men have to risk? They risk like literally nothing. Like this.
No, they risk their youth and beauty.
I mean,
I get that. Listen, I get it. You're preaching to the choir on that. I get it. Get me a sandwich regardless. Once again, fuck your damage. Where's my sandwich? I get it. You are afraid that, you know, we're gonna get on and leave your ass for a white girl. I get it. Suck my dick better. Like, I mean, you know, I get why you do that. You know, that's still not an excuse. Or it's not a justification, rather.
That are tried. Like, I'm not, when I deal in relationships, for me, it's like, okay, I might get hurt, but I'm going to give myself. And if I get hurt, fuck it, try again.
And see, I give credit where credit's due. And you get more women on that page and not making excuses, I say go for it. I say go for it. You damn right. You damn right. Some of you chicks are gonna get pumped and dumped. You damn right. Some of you chicks are gonna get cheated on. It comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. Do you know how much shit I've in my life I've dealt with dealing with crazy bitches of all races in this country? You know,
but you see, come on, that's nothing special though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's nothing special. That is the general market, right? It's got to be this extra thing because they're actually giving a black man what they want.
Exactly. And that's
what I mean? But they're already having babies for losers. They're already doing it. And it's like a risk they're already doing. That it doesn't even compute to be a risk because they're already doing it for free. Right?
Well,
how can it actually be a risk?
The reaction don't justify the action. And the reaction isn't consistent, like, you know, throughout the board. Because being an obnoxious bitch do not help a man be faithful to you. And I don't really expect women to deal in logic, but, you know, being an obnoxious bitch, being a modern woman is not helping your situation at all. It's not helping your situation whatsoever when you have a legitimate fear that the guy you choose will choose you and others. Like, what it comes down to, and I know that this put women in fear and something like that, but all you can do is be a better bitch, be the best bitch you can be, and anything that happens after that is his fault. And you know, and in all actuality, it's his loss. Just saying.
That strength in being okay and okay with you might get hurt. No one understands that strength. We have our guards up when it comes to us. And for me, I'm just like, I'm so tired of this gender war. I am so tired of battling. I don't want to battle. When I look at you, Eli, go, when I see me, you have my nose, you have my lips, you have my skin.
What the fuck? I have your nose too, but you was talking all kind of shit. You was talking all kind of shit to me. Like, what the fuck was that? When I see you, you have my nose, you have my like. Where the fuck was that energy when you was when you first hopped on here talking cash shit? where was that? Oh my god. By that logic, Chantel should be with a 10-year-old young man. I'm not gonna say it because it might trigger the thing, but Courtney accused Chantel of having the body of a 10-year-old boy. By that logic, she should be like, you have my body. I should be like, you get where I'm going with this? Like, people don't really seek sameness in their mating choices. Or else you have a bunch of people screwing their twin brother and sister. Like, you know, like, what does that have to do? Like, when I look at a woman's ass, I don't say you have my ass. Let me show y'all what I mean. Let me show y'all what I mean, because this is funny as hell. Let me show y'all what I mean. Hold on, one moment. Bring this up again, as I have done so many times in the past. All right, hold on. Yeah, somebody said a boy where. Like, I do not want to. If I mean, yeah, the boy Dwayne Wade's son wished to be. Like, what the fuck? What the hell is that? I didn't get that insult. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. She has like all the shit that I don't have. I don't have. Look, I mean, yeah, we have similar skin complexion, but that's not like what I'm looking for. Like, if I said I had that dress, then what the fuck does that say about me? Like, what the hell? Like, the things I like about her is like, if I'm not saying like, oh, I have that bra, I wrap my hair up like that at night. Like, no, what the fuck? And I don't have that many subscribers. Like, what the fuck is that? I do not get that. So somebody says, and how many times Save you slipped into these DMs? I am not a DM slipper. You will not catch me in Kelly Snaps DMs, and y'all know how I feel about her. I am not a DM slipper. No, I mean I compliment where compliments are due, but the things that attract me to Kelly Stamps is not our sameness. So please don't use that as a seduction technique because it's not gonna fly.
See, you know what that works on? That works on men that think about women maternally.
Yeah,
That's who that
Oedipus
works
complex. You're right. It works on men with Oedipus complexes.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, and this was god awful. I had to slap my forehead. I damn near just had to slap myself. Because my mom actually accused me of having an Oedipus complex when she met narcissist. I was like, God damn it, Mom! Do you know what the fuck Oedipus complex means? And she didn't. And
Stop using those words. You don't know how to use those
don't
words.
use words like that. If you want to call me a narcissist, call me a fucking narcissist. No, that is sick. I was like, God damn it, Mom! I was on the phone, and she said that shit, and I was like, Mom, you basically just said I want to fuck you and kill my father. That's essentially what you said to me. That's sick. She was like, no, what's the other guy? So like, just say I'm a narcissist. What the fuck was that? But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Oedipus complex is Greek, even though narcissism is Roman. But it simply put, it means that you want to kill your father and fuck your mother. Greeks are on some weird shit, but that's what it means. And yeah, it does seem like a person who is overly attracted to sameness might be on that shit. Because they do say your mama black, yeah. My bad, I gotta represent it. Hold on.
You. And until we see each other and then it ain't shit gonna happen.
That's fair.
So like I said, this gender war it's bullshit. And I think, and I love Dr. Umar because he was like the CIA and stuff, and I think it went over a lot of people's heads. But if you don't think that white supremacy, race, we don't need none, Ku Klux Klan, none in our community.
And there we go. There we go. That's that accent shit. It is not hot. There are very few accents here in the States. And I'm trying to think of one.
Cali.
Yeah, but I'm here, so it's not an accent.
Well, okay, that's true. I've lived outside of California for a while, so I dig it.
Yeah, no, but I can understand like somebody from elsewhere saying like we got, because we do. I think we have the best accents. In fact, Oakland in particular, when I go to like DC or something, people know where I'm from. And so yeah, apparently that's a thing. But yeah, so our accent was slipping in this shit. God damn it. That's all I have to. Man, none. Damn it. Just damn it.
We doing it ourselves. We are hating ourselves. F the community. We don't need the community. We are the Klan. We are them. We're white supremacists in blackface.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. Courtney, man, we definitely appreciate you, man. We got to get to the other folks, man, because everybody want to. Surprisingly, I don't know how this has been our first conversation, but you know, we gotta have some more conversations in the future. We're definitely keep in touch for sure.
You gotta do a whole nother right.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Wait, Courtney.
All right, let me put the link out there again. Pablo, come back up, brother. I know it was a long time since you came up the last time. And you're probably busy, you know, with some Afro-Latina somewhere. But yeah, come through if you can. Come through if you can. But yeah, and if you wasn't busy with her, some local chick would say Jergens and, you know, without asking why. Yeah, that whole thing was ridiculous. Friedman was yeah. Freeman, you there?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I was gonna see if you want to play that clip I put in the back chat because you were asking a question about what are they willing to sacrifice or what are they willing to give.
Oh shit.
Gotta
Hopefully,
answer that
this
question.
isn't on some because it'll be funny if you have that up. If this isn't on some leverage the box. Oh, and by the way, that is what she's willing to give. She is willing to give a situation where you're loyal to their box that they are leveraging against you. They will leverage the box against you while you are loyal to it. And if you don't, they'll call you the clan.
Or gay.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you hate your mama.
Yeah. Like, I'm like you. Like, what the hell? I'm not leveraging box. I don't have one to leverage. But let's see what this is. Hold on. Oh.
What bone are you going to throw at these Z's to say, okay, black women are actually worth fighting for? What kind of bone are you going to throw them? You can't say just because of the culture.
You don't think that's good enough?
Do you?
Say again?
Oh my God. You don't think that that's good enough? It's good enough. I am not going to offer you shit but the word culture. Culture, that's not good enough. I want you to do it for the culture. I want you to sacrifice 87% of sexual access for the culture, and that should be good enough.
Yeah, let it play.
Do you think it's enough?
Do I think fighting for the culture to save it?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's not worth saving if the culture is a certain way. Certain cultures are not worth saving. And what Black culture has turned into is not worth saving.
Do I think that's enough?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am the culture.
I am the culture. Oh my God. I am the culture. Shout out to Negan. Shout out to Negan. Negan had all of his people say, I am Negan. We are all Negan. Shout out to Iron Man. Iron Man said, I am Iron Man. Now, why did I bring that up? She said, I am the culture. She solo is the culture. She Black women, none of you brothers on the panel are the culture. She's the culture. Oh, and that's why you call. Okay, I get you. I see where you went with this, Freeman.
Saving that is saving me and my legacy and my children.
And you're basically you're the ones that telling him he ain't shit. You're telling one that he's got to jump over this wall to qualify you. And if you're not making this, that, or the other, or you don't have swags and tats and 8 inches hanging, that you don't qualify. That's what he's hearing. You got to jump all these.
All right. Shout out to BGS. Shout out to BGS.
Oh, there's a great deflection coming.
Okay. I just want to say this about BGS. BGS is a boomer, and this isn't a dig at him. And I know I've taken my fair share of digs at him. This is not that. 8 inches is what the boomers called big. Now, at least in my generation, I'm in my 40s, but in my generation, 9 was the requirement. I don't know. Maybe just keep going up. Maybe just keep going up each generation, and now bitches are asking for 12 inches, from zillennials and shit. Who knows? But the bar in his day seemed to have been set at 8. All right.
These hurdles, but Maria, Becky, Masulin says you're a man, and I like you.
Do you guys think Black women know what they're doing to Black men?
Absolutely.
I don't.
100%.
So.
And that's why I didn't want to give credence to what We Need to Talk was saying in that last point. And BGS did challenge it because, how do you separate the whip from the whipper? And that's.
Do you think they know what they're doing?
Wait, who asked that? I missed that part. Who asked? I heard the question, but who asked the question? Because I heard BGS's answer.
Yeah. Well, no, Courtney's response was, do you think Black women know what they're doing to Black men?
Well, okay, so she answered it in this most recent video, and the short answer is yes, because they know what they're doing, and they want you to tolerate it for the sake of the community.
Yep.
They want you to ask why, as opposed to saying, asking if you should deal with it.
Yeah, the excuses are the admission, right? Because they're not denying it anymore.
Exactly. Well put. The excuses are the damn. That would have been a good video title. But yeah, they're making excuses, meaning that they know. It's kind of like a kid who says, I stole from the cookie jar because the babysitter didn't feed me today. So, you know, but the real reason is because you like cookies. But that's neither here nor there. You are admitting that you stole from the cookie jar. So you do know what you did and you know it was wrong. That's why you're making excuses. And you're hoping that we embrace that excuse. But really, you just like cookies. And cookies in this analogy is, and I'm going a second, but cookies in this analogy is treating Black men like shit. You get off on it. You get some type of perverse thing. The word is empowerment. Empowerment. The feeling of having power. You are addicted to that feeling. And you think we should feed your addiction in some masochistic way because you look like us, or because of the Oedipus Rex complex, or whatever the fuck. And I'm here to tell Black men, no, you do not have to put up with this shit. Fuck your damage. Where's my sandwich? Oh, nobody's gonna come up, huh? See, I normally don't put my link out there, and that's why like link hopping people don't really show up to my shit anymore. Which there's pros and cons to that. I'll say that. But yeah, there's pros and cons. I won't get into that. I put it up earlier because Courtney and I was gonna let her get her piece. But nevertheless, it's out now if y'all are interested.
Hey, I'm about to drop GC. I appreciate the time.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Right.
Appreciate you, brother.
But,
all right. So while he does that, actually, while he's gone, let me go look at my phone to check for super chat or cash apps. Okay, somebody is here. Let's see who this is. Big Kev. All right, let's see what's on your mind while I. All right, you're on mute, but go ahead. What's on your mind, brother?
Hey, how's it going, GameChanger? I do apologize, man. Like, I'm traveling on the city bus right now, so I do apologize for the background noise, man.
Yeah, no worries.
What I can do is, I'm probably gonna be getting off here in about 10 minutes, so you can just go ahead and just keep on the stream, and I'll just be here, just kind of on standby, okay?
Oh no, I'm not gonna be on for 10 minutes, but I mean, I don't hear any background noise, so you good. Just what's on your mind?
Okay. Yeah, man. It's just one of those things, man. It's like this. As the saying goes, it's in influence behavior. So when you pray for rain, you got to do it for mud. think about, again, and I really hope that we really got this point on. Most people who claim to be pro-black, pro-sex, and feminist, these are people who spent their late teens, 20s, and early 30s either running the streets, promoting female supremacy, or chasing white validation, and they have nothing to show for it except for bills, debt, broken relationships. And so what they want to do is they want to try to guilt and shame working class brothers that they're trying to air quote save them from the lifestyle of poverty and loneliness by the time they're 40. And we need to just start pointing that out. I mean, that's what this whole Kansas City shuffle is really all about.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, basically what they're doing is they're creating a dick surplus. Like once you are loyal, and go to anywhere where your local Pan-Africans congregate, and you'll see a bunch of single men and single women. And, you know, they'll go there together. And by together, I mean, they'll go there at the same time. A group of single men and a group of single women will also be there, and they will leave separately, meaning that they will still be single men and single women. Why? Because once you have made it clear, and the friend zone works the same way. In fact, one could say that community-minded black men are permanently on the friend zone. Or not permanently, but they are in the friend zone of black women like Courtney Michelle. Meaning that they are going to wait last minute, meaning that they are going to wait until they have explored all other options, whether it's Chris Evans, whether it's Michael B. Jordan, whether it's, you know, anybody in the NBA, NFL, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They are going to explore their definition of top 20 because they know that your ass is going to be there when they're 40 fat and what the fuck are these? No, these aren't cash apps. Hold on. No, just general messages. But anyway, they're going to be there. They're on the wait list. They know that they have like this infinite wait list of niggas that's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to Passport Bro. They're not going to go to Becky. They're not going to go to Lupe. They're going to wait right here, the same place, the same couch that they was on when they was 20. You know, that's the rub. And they just want more niggas like that. That is the ultimate goal.
Pretty much. Yeah.
They want them on the waiting list indefinitely.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to say that, fellas, it is not in your best interest. That is a sacrifice that you are making that they simply are not willing to make. That's it. That's all. But yeah, thanks for coming up and giving your spiel.
Yeah.
So,
thanks for being a game changer.
Yeah, no worries. But here, let me. All right. So, with that, I do want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats. This went a lot longer than I expected. So, thank y'all for making money worth the time. Appreciate it. But I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers, moderators, those listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.